Hi and welcome to another installment of Math Basics with Mr. Besh. Today we talk slope-intercept form. This is one of the most fundamental forms, one of the starting in algebra when you get into the coordinate plane and function form and graphing of lines. You start with these equations, you pick a value for x, you get a value for y. This is that form that is most associated with graphing. If you take a look at this, it's set up in a variation where y is on the left-hand side of the equal sign, x is on the right, and from time to time your equations vary by the way they look because of the term in front of x, which is known as our slope. We have identified as the letter m and the y-intercept as being b. Another fact that I want to make mention to is your slope can be any type of number, fraction, decimal, whole value, and the same thing with the intercept, and they also can be both positive and negative. Two other interesting notes: if the m value is 0, that is the equation of a horizontal line, and if the b value is 0, the equation then varies directly. Alright, so let's take a look at an example, real easy one, and a multiple choice question pertaining to slope-intercept form. The question's saying, which of these equations represents the line with a slope of -1 and a y-intercept of 2? So first thing I do is I look for my slopes, the values in front of x, and I want to find -1. So immediately I look at b and d, and in front of x is 2. So I eliminate them right off the bat. Now, A and C, if I look, I don't notice a number in front of x. But remember what I said in class, anytime you have a variable that doesn't have a number in front of it, and that number in front of it has a name, it's called a coefficient. If your variable does not have a coefficient, you always stick a 1 in front of there just to simplify your math. So now, C would be y equals 1x minus 2, and A would be y equals -1x plus 2. And since we want a slope of -1, this rolls out C. Now I could have just as easily done this using or looking at the y-intercept, the value at the very end, but I didn't need to. This was a very basic question because all equations that are in slope-intercept form need to have your slope value being in front of x and your y-intercept value being at the end plus or minus a value. I hope you found this video both helpful and informative.